And lovely. So, what up? We're in the car. It's Saturday. Totally changed it. Look, it's tilting. Like, we're trying to figure out how to, like, make this work in the car. Oh, hello, hand. Now it's high. Whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. So, Jay looks super comfortable on our show today. He's like, yeah. Okay, guys. So, how was Thanksgiving? Was it good?
Thanksgiving was awesome.
I know Thanksgiving in Texas.
Right.
But our first Thanksgiving in Texas with his family, and it was amazing.
It was amazing.
It was so much fun. And seriously, like what I put in the description, why does it feel like it's moving? Because it's not. What I put in the description of mac and cheese, fried turkey, and banana pudding, yes. And I'm pretty sure that the family's going to know me as the girl who has lots and lots and lots of refills of all of those things. Because I even heard they're very aware I went back multiple times for banana pudding.
It was good.
It was so good. Like, it was so, so good. And there were so many desserts. Like, is anybody else, like, on the same wavelength as me? Like, did you go absolutely insane on Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving and even today? I'm just saying. Like, you think that you're good and you're on track, and then Thanksgiving comes and you're with your family and you're with your friends, and then, like, how about, like, foods that you don't normally eat or that you haven't had?
Whoever has a special dish that they cook, like, even with that, I don't want to see, like I said, get off track, because get off track is like, oh, it's so good. You keep on going back, and having your seconds, your thirds, or your fourths. But I think in that, like, it's not feeling guilty about it. It's like, oh, I ate too much. Because I feel if you know your family's going to throw down for the holidays, you're probably going to eat too much. Like, it's one of those things. Resolve with the fact that you're probably going to overeat. And it's okay. Because a little overeating for Thanksgiving is not going to ruin, like, the things you've been doing. Now, if you've been off track and, you're like, oh my God, Thanksgiving, I'm off track, and you're blaming Thanksgiving from, like, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks before, it's not Thanksgiving. You got to be real with yourself. So if you're exercising, if you're, like, have a clean eating habit that you're sticking with, Thanksgiving isn't going to throw you off, and a little extra food isn't going to kill what you've been doing. Now, everything up to that, and you're like, oh, that's on you.
Yeah, so with the off track for me, like, honestly, I have been, like you said, whatever amount of weeks leading up to Thanksgiving, I have been off track. I really have not really found my flow. I've been trying to kind of figure, like, completely when it came to, like, the meditation and yoga that I've been doing. I just finished day 18 today of a 30-day yoga challenge, and Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday, both days, like, I was too, like, okay, here's where I want to get to, is the fact that, like, do you ever notice that when you're eating a lot of junk food and you're eating more than you really, like, can handle because it's so good and you can't stop yourself?
It starts to build up into that other stuff, but it's not like, oh, it's, I couldn't stop. Yeah, you could. We just didn't want to for whatever reason. Just like, I've been on a sweet kick. Like sweets, it's just a thing. But I make the conscious decision to, like, walk down to the grocery store and get whatever. We make that conscious decision to have cinnamon rolls or whatever. Or even in this situation, we made that decision. I made that decision. Whatever, however you want to look at it. That person, you made that decision to do whatever. Like, we had half a sheet cake. Like, sheet cake. And I'm not talking about, like, little type of, like, sheet. This is my aunt. I had two. That's a stopping point. We chose not to. We saw the stop sign and hit the gas.
We sure did. And, coming into today, I'm like, okay, last day in Texas. We're flying home tonight. Okay, we're going to start tomorrow. Okay, I'm just going to say, let's get real. Like, starting tomorrow is a possibility. It's a very, very good one. But I know that I work better with, like, structure. So coming home and not having any food at the house may lead to tomorrow not being a possibility to start.
We got a couple. Good thing we prepared, though. We have a couple of frozen things in the freezer.
True, but also because of all the sweets. I mean, I'm just talking about the potential barriers that are ahead, right? You come out of this. Why do I feel like it keeps like going that way? So you come out of, because I mean, now I'm laying on this. I didn't even start laying on this. So, I feel like you go to the holiday, and it actually was like, I don't know, it just fed into one another for me. And coming out of the holiday and saying, all right, this week we're going to get a hold on this and we're going to do better, right? I should have sat in the back.
So get out and get in the back.
So I said, this week coming up, we're going to do better.
Okay,
so what's going to happen? There's going to be temptations. There's going to be sweets. There's going to be, let it go and see if it's all right. Okay. So there's going to be temptation. There's going to be sweets. There's going to be things and breakfast. Okay. And then we went and had another breakfast, like a healthier breakfast, I guess you could say. And then what happened?
What happened?
We bought Reese's from Target.
Well, Reese's is
but we already, we legit already had, and then I still had a big bowl of banana pudding, and I was cracking up. I'm like, why did we buy the Reese's? Like, we already
because
are on, like, overload.
Well, Reese's is our trigger.
It is.
So I don't think that's, like, not a sweet thing, because we were talking about it earlier in the week because we were in Target and we didn't see any Reese's.
Reese's?
Yeah, it's definitely a trigger. So making a conscious decision. She's hopping in the backseat. Making a conscious decision, stepping into Target beforehand and be like, yo, we're not doing the trees. That's different because we know that's a trigger for us.
Right.
That's a trigger for us. Now, if we had that conversation before we went in, we probably would have done better. But, being in the moment in the situation, ooh, Reese's trees.
Yeah. Okay, so how long has it been? I don't even know. We're in a car.
We got about 5 minutes.
All right, so the holiday 15. Have you ever gained the holiday 15? And I mean, does it even exist? Maybe, maybe not. It was my spin off the freshman 15. I bet it's likely that pounds are gained over the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a month.
No question.
Of excessive eating a lot of times. Right? Or letting your guard down because now you're around family and friends and old dishes and things.
Or even before that, if you think about it, if sweets is your thing, you have Halloween. Then you go into Thanksgiving. 3 or 4 months later, there's Christmas. So, yeah, I would say definitely the majority of the pounds of the year gained in the last quarter of the year.
Yeah. Well, all of that, all of what we're talking about, like the holiday gaining, because check this out. You kind of like let your guard down and you keep pushing it back. You're like, all right, January 1st, I'm going to go all in and this is going to be the year I change. Okay, right? Like, if we're just talking just general stuff. Because, like, have you ever done that before? Or have you ever been on that cycle where it's like, oh, the first of the year I'm going to change? But the thing is like, the further away that you get,
the harder it is.
The harder it is. So when you do actually go to change, like I've noticed this weekend with all the sweets and all the food, I've been getting some massive headaches, and I don't get headaches regularly. Imagine the opposite when you're coming off of like the sweets, all the headaches and the uncomfortable and the irritableness and everything. So it's like, now is the time that you can make the decision. Okay? Like, tomorrow's December 1st. Okay,
Really?
you had the holidays. Yeah, like you had the holidays. It happened. You overate. You ate half a fucking sheet cake. Had a shit. You had banana pudding for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like it happened. Okay, like
It is what it is. It's in the
it
past.
is what it is. So it's like, how can you take control and get off that diet roller coaster going into the holidays and prepping yourself for the new year? Give them a couple ideas, Jay.
Well, for one, stop beating yourself up. Like I said in the beginning, if you know you're going to eat, you're going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to eat. Now, you could try to tell yourself, oh, I'm only going to have X, Y, and Z. But if you love your family's cooking, you're probably not going to.
Mm-hmm.
And the chances are you're probably going to overeat. Be honest and open with yourself and say, self, probably not the best thing, but it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to overeat. I'm probably going to say, oh, I shouldn't have ate all this, but I did. It is what it is. It happened. I'm done with it.
Right.
You know what? I don't have to stay there, though.
Okay.
This is only a couple of days out of the year because you're probably going to have leftovers or whatever. But even with the leftovers, if you're going to get a plate of leftovers, take leftovers. Don't overfill or
I did that.
overtake. You know what I'm saying? Don't take so much food because it's like, oh my God, it's so good. You don't
You can
need.
still eat a regular
Yeah,
portion.
you indulged at dinner.
Mm-hmm.
That was your indulgement. Saying
It's not like a free pass to indulge
Exactly.
every day from now until the end of the year.
exactly.
Yeah.
Be like, you know what? This was good. I'm going to take a little bit of this home. I'm going to take a little bit of that home. That way, I'm not tempted to overeat again. Because guaranteed, you're going to overeat. You're going to feel like shit.
Right. So that's one. That's okay. So that's one is don't beat yourself up. Two is okay, if you are gonna have leftovers or you're gonna eat stuff, like remember, don't overindulge every time.
Or if you're
I'm ready to like get that junk out of my system, right? Knowing that there will be other temptations, and I may be like, ooh, let's get cookies, right? Because in those moments, like as much as I would want to go to eating 100% clean on Monday, if I'm not following a program, I need to be realistic with myself and ease back into it. Now, I feel like there's two ways that you can do this. One, you jump in, you do like a detox, you do a cleanse, you follow a program, healthy and responsible, and you follow like some kind of a plan. If that's the type of person you are. Like for me, that helps me nudge me back on track. Okay? But then there's another thing, because if you're not going to do something like that, if you're not going to invest in it, the timing, whatever, then how can you ease back in? And a big foundation, like a lot of this that we're talking about, right? Like these are the conversations, these are the types of things that you're going to be able to get personal, like one-on-one support in our group setting on the Q&A calls for the Next Levolution program. How to like take action when things come up. And so, one thing that we really believe in the program is being 1% better every day. So think about that. Like, how can you go into this week and be 1% better than you were yesterday? Well, we already know yesterday was a shit show. Okay? Like, all you got to do is instead of having 3 bowls of banana pudding, can you have 2?
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how can you be gentle with yourself in the process? Because, okay, you get that craving for a cookie. Well, you've been eating like so many sweets that your body
is start fruit that you like. Start putting fruit around in the house. So when you have that sweet tooth, reach for a thing of fruit. And if you're I know some people are going to say, well, you can eat too much of the natural fruit too, but it's natural fruit. It's natural fruit. It's not like these candy bars, these other things that have a ton of sugar in it, processed sugar. Yes, fruit has sugar in it still, but still, it's coming from the fruit and not something that's man-made. And if you have to overeat like fruit to go to Trader Joe's, we should get some apples or something to eat that before we go in there. So it's like, oh shit, cookies.
You know what? I just got an idea. Is this a possibility? I don't know. I know this might be like walking a fine line, but it's like, okay, you can eat the really, really bad junk, but what if we have like a healthier junk? Not all the way to apple, right? Because if we're talking about the 1% better. So if it's like, all right, this week we can have sweets, but instead of the sweets being like a Reese's or banana pudding or something that's horrible, what if the sweets is like a healthier percent better?
Being better.
And you give yourself a week or two, right? Of kind of like reforming that next habit.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the things that we're going to be going through. We're just relaying the examples to Thanksgiving, but this is what we're doing in the Next Level Evolution course. This is what is kicking off in January, guys. You know, so guys and girls, you know, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking you through a lifestyle change. So if you're sick of, you know, being on the diet roller coaster, you're sick of, you know, not having energy or having, you know, brain fog or just feeling like crap, you know what I'm saying, and you want more. What are you, drum roll? Are you drum rolling? You getting excited? So, you know, if that exists for you, then you definitely want to get on the wait list. We're going to be opening the doors really, really soon, like super soon, like maybe even this week. We're going to be opening the doors to Next Level Evolution, so you want to be the first to hear, the first to know. We're only going to be letting the first 20 people different price than what we're going to start with, at a higher price than what we're going to start with. But this is part of it. This is like an example of some of the conversations we're going to be having.
Exactly.
Mic drop. All right, guys. Anything else to say?
Nope.
Yeah, word. Is that what you're tapping because it's been 20 minutes?
Probably.
Okay. Well, guys, girls, friends, Ohana, thanks for joining us. Happy Saturday. Be safe the rest of this weekend. See you in December.